Okay, I wanted to address something because, this is about the call 911. Oh my God. I've had a number of times when people, out of care and concern, tell me to go to the emergency room or pull over, call 911, and what you're projecting is fear. And, you may wrap it up in saying, well, it's coming from care and concern, but it's coming from fear. And I'm explaining to you...
Merge onto I-10.
Explaining to you that I know what's happening. And so your care and concern projections are saying, we don't believe you, we know better than you do, and you need to pull off, and you need to be in fear, and you need to call 911. Well, I'm talking about these things because there are some people on here that are going through an ascension process that may be feeling these same things to a degree as to what I am explaining. So I want them to know what's going on.
For about 63 miles, continue straight on.
So they can understand what's going on and they're not going into fear mode, thinking that it is something, that is harmful that they need to call 911 about or whatever. This is an ascension process. This is a change in the energetic happenings across the planet. Now there is a person on here, and there's a few people on here that are going through that process, and someone said they looked up, I forget what it is, some sort of a wave. I don't look it up. I have no idea what they're talking about. But she said, yes, the energetic things were off the map. Okay. So, I know what's going on with the body here. Some people have told me to go to the hospital when I've had my ostomy difficulties, the blockage taking place. But I know what I need to do to release it. And if it didn't release, I would go to the hospital if I need to. But I don't need to, And again, I understand people are doing it out of their care and concern, but they're doing it out of fear. We're fearful that something's going to happen to you. And I keep trying to get people out of fear. Okay? And so wrapping it in care and concern, if you look at it, it's coming out of what? Fear. Care, concern, worry, fear. That's it. And rather than hearing what I'm saying, I know what's going on because I've had energetic shifts for many years. They're going, no. You need to stop. You need to call 911. You need to be in fear mode. No, I don't need to be put in fear mode. So, telling me that I'm being hard on people, this is just speaking truth to them as to what's going on. And trying to explain that being in fear mode doesn't help anything. And that I know what it is that's taking place. Okay? Now someone was saying, oh, I hope you don't start channeling while you're driving. Well, I could channel. I can be quite conscious and still channel. It can still come through without a problem. Although I know it would freak people out. Because it can come from a higher mind without any kind of obstruction, any kind of problem. I could channel quite consciously without a problem. And I don't have to go into a state like what's happening when Anka channels Bashar, and he's moved out of the way. Okay? So I can control the amount of what's coming through, and so I don't have a problem with it. Now, those that watch for a long time, you know when I first did the channeling that it looked like a bad kung fu movie. The minute I started channeling and bringing it in, there was a disconnect between the sound, the audio, and the visual. And it would be like, you know, I would be talking and my mouth wouldn't be moving, and then it would be, it wasn't linking up. But the minute that I stopped channeling, the video went right back in sync immediately. So I think that that was just an expression to show, yes, there is something going on energetically. Well, I don't have that problem any longer with things linking up, okay? It just automatically flows through without a problem. Not to say that it won't ever happen again, you know, but these things, you know, flow through for me quite easily. Without any kind of a hesitation or any kind of a something external going on that I need to do, okay? Now, a lot of times when I'm channeling, I will close my eyes. I don't have to. I can channel right now. It would still come through. For me, it's just like normal. Okay, it's normal. And like I said, these energy shifts for me are normal. I understand what's going on because I've gone through this process for many, many, many years and lifetimes. Okay. Like I said the other day, you know, I know these other things happened in life, but they had to have taken place in another timeline. Because there's no way that all of the things that I've experienced in this life could happen in one timeline. So I can consciously pull in from different timelines, okay? Different experiences, different lives, if you will, that are going on simultaneously, and I know that's a big cluster F of trying to understand how everything can be in this moment, yet it's looking at your past or your future, but it's happening right now. I know that's a mental, you know, and there's a lot of things that happen along the way that seem to be a paradox, but they're quite normal when you actually experience, okay? It's like in the midst of sound is silence. It's not two. But these are something that one only cognizes as they've gone further along in that journey, that type of a ascension journey, if you will. And, 99% of the people are not doing that. So I guess when I talk about these things, a lot of people that are just listening and they're in their nominal lives and they only believe what they can see, feel, touch concretely in the 3D world. What I'm talking about may seem like frou-frou or, that I'm just out there in the ozones and, you may not believe it, but what I'm telling you is my direct experience, 100%. I'm not making something up. I'm not trying to make something sound bigger than it is. It just is what it is. And like I said, there are some people that are on here that are going through that ascension that will understand it. They will get something from it because it is to some degree what they are experiencing. And so that's why I put it out there. So they know that they are fine, and what is coming from an energetic shift. So if they are very open and in a high enough vibration, they will feel these shifts. Because some of them coming in now can be really, really strong shifts coming in, okay? And like I said, so many things happen on this journey. One second you feel like you're 10 feet tall, the next second you feel like you're tiny, next second you're seeing auras, next second, you're in a past happening that has taken place that you need to understand for your journey now. All sorts of things happen. You can feel what's going on in another person's body. Maybe all of a sudden you know how to do energy healing. These things just are part of the course. They just come. And it's not necessarily something you're really trying to look for or make happen. You are just in that position and in that timing that this is unfolding now. Okay? So that's why I was saying what was going on. For those few that can understand, that are having those types of things happening within them as well. And it's not that I'm angry with people that tell me to pull over and call 911. I'm telling them, no, it's not needed because I understand what's going on. Okay? I know what this is. And while maybe you don't know what it is and you're projecting your care, but it's coming from a place of fear-based. And I'm telling you not to be fear-based because I know what's taking place. So yes, I'm very direct. And I know a lot of people think I'm being hard, I'm being harsh, but I'm just very direct. That's who and what I am, and I'm not here to give pablum to people. Okay? So maybe my directness is not for everybody. Because I can't make everybody happy, and I'm not going to try to make everybody happy because that's not who I am. Okay? I give out what I can give out as I can give it out. And it's just being very direct, honest, and upfront as much as I can. And so maybe people can't hear it that way. And if they can't hear it that way, there are many other spiritual teachers or readers or whatever that you're more in alignment with that would work for you. Okay? I may not be that person. Okay? So I put it out for those that need to hear, that can hear, so that I can help them through their transition to understand that you're fine. This is happening now. These energetic changes are in place now. And so this is what's going on. Okay? And so if they're watching here and they go, oh yeah, I have that happening now. Okay, that's happening now. Okay, that's happening now. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. I'm not losing my mind. I don't need to run to the hospital. I'm fine. This is a shift that's taking place. So yeah, I just wanted to address that. I'm not trying to be mean to people. I'm just very direct and telling you people, and yes, I understand your care and concern, but I'm telling you numerous times I know what's going on. Okay? And that you're projecting fear. So that's something I just want people maybe to look at. Look at where that care and concern is coming from. Okay? It's coming from a place of fear. And if it were something medically going on, I would understand that. Okay? But it's not anything medically going on. It's an energetic thing. Okay? So I'll just leave that here. I wanted to put out that explanation of what's going on. And again, I'm not trying to be mean to people or, but I want you to understand the care and concern is coming out of fear. And what do I keep telling people? Fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here and we'll see you online. And I'm going to keep pedaling down the road. And yeah. When I get home, I can do a lot more reads and various degrees and the sundry things coming through. And we'll see what happens. Okay?